What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Friday, July 14th, 2023. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. I appreciate you all. I hope everybody had a great week. Happy Friday. Venus Day, too. So, interesting Venus Day because Venus at 27 degrees is in a pretty tight yod until stations and goes retrograde with Pluto and Neptune, which are as close in their sextile as we've seen in a while. Many of us were born with that really tight, some a little ways away, but it's as tight as it's been in a minute. So an interesting yod to our values. I think that's a big thing to focus on right now as we're coming into a Venus retrograde, is a lot of it comes to our self-worth, our self-expression, how we hold ourselves. This is the key, and especially with these nodes, right? Because they're spending their final weekend here in Taurus and Scorpio, and Venus is the dispositor of the North Node, and instantly that shifts, and Venus becomes the dispositor of the South Node in Libra. So this Venus retrograde is definitely a big one, and we're so close to it. It's going to be on the 22nd, right? That we're getting this moment here with a yod where there's this very spiritual influence of knowing our worth, of knowing how to express ourselves, how to speak, how to, put ourselves on this stage of life and to feel comfortable with it. Because that's the hard part, is I think really feeling just comfortable no matter what the situation. The situation could suck any moment, it could be great any moment, but feeling secure and like you're yourself no matter what. So I think that's a big transformation aspect with Pluto, and then there's this very divine energy with Neptune that's playing into it also. But there's also, where we don't want to look at things. We don't want to look at ourselves in the mirror at the same time too. We could think that it's everything, else, how the way people, react to us or different situations. A lot of it's just focused on self-value right now, and to give yourself that generosity and that courteous, to stay uplifting, to stay positive, especially towards self. If we're forgetting about the self completely, I think that's a bad thing. And I think there's the other side of it too, where if we're just making it 100% all about ourselves, then that's going to, affect relationships. And that's where we're starting to see this Venus retrograde in Leo too. Because it's a big retrograde. We've never seen Venus retrograde in Leo, start the retrograde and finish the retrograde in Leo in our lives. So it's definitely a big one for us collectively. And it's really about the power to manifest and to create and to, know how to express yourself and show yourself to get quality. So I think that's a big thing. And we're looking at these nodes too, at the 0 degree point of Taurus and Scorpio, and Pluto at 29 degrees Capricorn. So this Pluto square the nodes is another just huge factor. I don't speak on it every day because I'll feel like a parrot if I just say this every day, but we've spoken about it here on this channel before, of course, and there's a huge transformation element to getting what we want out of life and to trusting the process, but also to trusting ourselves and to find that resilience and that self-reliance on quality is the most important thing at the moment. That's going to shift a little bit, where having a Venus retrograde right as the nodes shift and the South Node comes into Libra, the sign of relationships, the planet of relationships, how crucial our relationships are going to be moving forward. They're extremely important, and this Venus retrograde is not going to shy away here in Leo about letting you know where things are out of balance, out of alignment. So I feel like we're starting to see that more and more as we come up to that 28 point with Venus and get ready for that retrograde. But Venus is going slow, and it is in that yod, and it's the dispositor of the North Node. Pluto's the dispositor of the South Node, and it's square these nodes too. So there's just a lot of action here with that axis, and the underbelly of our creative power and the love that we express and show and feel. It's all, under attack in some way. Not necessarily in a bad way, but getting refortified. And it is Cancer season too, and we got this moon in Gemini today, and it's going to go dark. It's going to go balsamic by the evening. So we're getting ready for that new moon in Cancer this weekend, and I think, that we're trying to definitely stay as stimulated as possible. We're closing out a lunation from Gemini. It could definitely be a very heady day, a very emotionally charged day at the same time that can feel very hard to understand. It's just like there is a little bit of confusion, or I'll feel safe and secure the moment I have the truth, the moment I really know the concrete fact. We might get the concrete fact. I feel like we are in a time with Mars here making good aspects to the node still, and it's at 2 going to 3 degrees of Virgo, that we are in a reality check time, if you will, where we're starting to really see the truth in our day-to-day lives. But maybe with this dark moon, we can try and force the truth a little bit too much. And we just want to be a little cognizant of that. The truth will come to us. The truth is subjective. It really is. There's maybe universal truths. I do believe that, and that there are universal laws, of course. But when it comes down to it, truth is subjective. So it's trying to really, I think, hone in and feel into your truth about life, and to be comfortable with that, and to be secure in that truth, but also to be adaptable and to be mutable, so that the rigidness of just a belief in general or of a truth doesn't hold you back and keep you less curious, because I do think that there's a nature today that wants to remain curious. So you don't have to force truth. Truth is around us every day, every moment, every second, every minute, every degree of the moon. Truth finds us. So 1 second, 1 minute, the truth can be this, and the next minute, the truth can change. So we want to be comfortable in the fact that information can always change itself. We can definitely want to be diving deep into figuring out what the truth is, but I think there's more of a divine element to how truth presents itself right now, and that's part of this yod with Venus, I think, too. We feel like we're going to feel so safe and secure when we find this truth. What's your truth right now? How can you be open? How can you stay, firm in your beliefs and your values, but also to not be so rigid that, if you get bent a little bit by the universe, you feel like you're going to break. And not that I feel like today necessarily brings the energy of feeling like you're going to break, but it definitely could for some. Because of that dark moon, we want to try to relax and chill out and let the new process find us. And it will. And we don't have to overdo it or overthink certain emotions. Just try to be present with what's going on, so that even if there's no truth in the now, you'll find the truth later on. And that moon will make good aspects to Chiron. So finally we're getting some decent Chiron aspects. We've had a lot of squares to Chiron, of course, with the Cancer energy, and the moon in Gemini will make a good aspect over to that with a sextile. So I do think we do come to some kind of an emotional healing today. It's probably not through extreme action or force. I think it's just through confidence. It's through knowing that you will find truth. You will find the answer you're looking for. You will be able to delineate life in the perfect manner if you're open and receptive to it. A lot of this is a test on receptivity. Big time. The universe is going to try and help you and give you resources and help you be receptive to different avenues, or how to keep going for something that's really working in your life. We just got to be receptive. That's a big part of this. But our mind can want to have maybe an answer already figured out and delineated for us, and maybe that's not the truth. So that's where today brings question marks, or maybe some kind of built-in confusion, if you will. But other than that, those are the big things today, and it's kind of a day to relax. It's kind of a Friday where you don't have to force so much. You'll know when to give because you're being receptive, and you're getting that, it's time to move. It's time to create. It's time to do something. It's time to express. It's time to share. It's time to talk. It's all these things are going to kind of just click and come together. But we can kind of want to, in essence, overdo it a little bit today, when there's really no reason to. We aren't here to, at the moment, I think, prove anything. Or maybe even in general, maybe we're not here to prove anything. Except to ourselves and to God that we're worthy and that we're a valuable creator and a powerful creator. So I think that those are always like key things to remember right now. But yeah, I mean, and then tomorrow we get, for the weekend, we get a moon square Neptune, and that gets kind of wily and a little, confusing and sensitive. But today, not so bad. Not so bad. The moon's kind of just dark. Otherwise, not making bad aspects, So we got that going for us. And Mars is, coming to 3 degrees. Saturn's at 6 now of Pisces. So we are in a, Mars opposite Saturn. So we can definitely feel halted, It just feels like I got to clean some things up and I got to make some things happen. And this life is dirty right now, It can almost feel that way. And I mean, look, we can strive to have everything perfectly tidy, perfectly clean, perfectly understood, perfectly this, perfectly that. Good luck. The moment we even find perfection in something, something's going to go get it dirty again. And it's just about being okay with that. Just about being okay with a little bit of mess in life. Nothing really ever has to be perfect. And when it is, enjoy it. But when you feel like it's unobtainable in the moment, it's probably because you just need to chill out and just relax. Do something that makes you feel good, that makes you feel comfortable. We don't have to stress. I feel like the universe is testing us, like, are we going to keep stressing or are we going to chill out? Because in the end, it's almost like the stress isn't providing us the return that we're used to. We're almost like, yeah, I'm so trained and used to, like, if I stress and strive, I get, what I need. And it's not working so well right now. That's how I feel about the astrology. And then when I think about my life right now, I'm like, yeah, that feels very true, at least for me. So I hope that resonates with someone else out there. And I hope I get internet today. But at this point, if I do, I do. If I don't, life goes on. At this point, I'm just like, I guess I don't need internet. I guess I can just record these and walk up the street to a cafe and upload it. I don't know. It has been a bummer for like readings and the study group though. Like that's a bummer, but I suppose I could adapt if I really have to, right? So that's where we just got to be able to adapt. I don't really want to do a study group at a cafe, but I guess I could. It'd be annoying to me because I'll like know people and see people because it's my hometown, and they'll be like, "Oh, hey, what are you doing?" "Oh, I'm study group." Anyways, what do we get? The 4 of coins in reverse. I just think we're in a time where values, possession, things, money, jobs, all these different things that we kind of have held on to very tightly, they're all just going through a little bit of a change right now. And this Venus retrograde is going to continue to change that. So we're getting a little bit of the precursor of some of that energy, I do believe. And we just need to be adaptable. Like, we don't have to hold on so tight to everything. Sometimes just the ability to let go of something, whether it's big or small, just makes room for the next better, more valuable situation. Got the 4 of Swords upright. Yeah, I think that rest, renewal, chilling out, finding, ourselves, finding peace is extremely important today. There's an intensity to the day that wants to feel like everything's got to get handled or I'm never going to get what I want. And it's not that there's not some truth to that, but I think you just need to wait for the moment and make sure that you're really listening to your truth and not a projected truth that we've adopted, And the 5 of Swords in reverse. Got the 5 of Swords in reverse yesterday, I think. Yeah, I mean, just look, conflict's so funny. We probably don't need to be so conflicted with others, with ourselves. We just need to chill out and be willing to adapt and be willing to be mutable and not so fixed, not so rigid. And probably not going to, everybody's probably not going to walk away with their heads down. Nobody's going to feel like they got, one up on somebody in life. We're just going to figure out what our truth is. And I think the Four of Swords upright is probably the most important card because there is truth being downloaded into you right now. And it's your truth. And it's not like really going to be found anywhere. It's not going to be found on this channel, probably not some other spiritual channel. It's your line to God and to the divine that's dropping you what the real subjective truth for you is. And I think the ability to just chill out and listen to that is crucial right now as we prep for Venus retrograde. I hope you all have a lovely Friday. I appreciate you all very much, and I'll see you all for the weekend forecast tomorrow. Much love. Peace.